Hi! I'm gonna do another space report, aka a little life update. I always make a list and I never know where to start. I think I'm gonna start with the news that I'm moving. It's gonna be a couple of months, but this room will not be here forever. And I filmed a room tour because I want to sort of document my room. I love watching back my old room tours. Marion helped me with it, so that will be up at some point. But yes, I am gonna be moving, and I'm moving in with Rosianna, which is super exciting. She's back from the US and we were flatmates before. If you've watched my videos for quite a few years, we lived together for I think just over 2 years when I first moved to London with other friends as well. But it's just gonna be the two of us this time, so that's update number one. Update number two is that I'm going on a trip to the Netherlands next week. I guess it's like this week when this video goes up. I haven't been to the Netherlands in about 6 months, which is terrible, so I booked a nice long trip. I'm gonna go for about 5 days, and it is going to be King's Day when I'm there. I haven't celebrated King's Day in, well, probably since I left the Netherlands when it was still Queen's Day. I was also talking to my colleagues and they didn't know that the Netherlands had a royal family and a king. So yes, in case you didn't know, that is the case. I did get a new vlogging camera and I think I might bring it along, and either I'll film the whole trip or I'll film some specific videos on the trip. I really love this camera. It has the amazing flip-up screen, perfect for vlogging. But yeah, it means that I can actually just bring my small backpack, which I'm usually allowed to bring on the plane, and bring a camera that isn't as massive as the one I'm filming on right now, because it's very big, very heavy. And it's been years and years since I've had a camera like this, so hopefully I'll be able to do some more like follow me along for the day videos, or if you have any specific requests of what kind of day you'd like to see, or if there's somewhere you'd like me to take you in London, let me know. It'll be a lot easier with this. I went to Bath a little while ago and it was so beautiful, so lovely. We stayed in the most amazing Airbnb, which I'll leave a link below. This one in particular was so stunning. It was in a beautiful building that like matches the aesthetic of Bath perfectly. The view was incredible. The beds were lovely. It was basically a dream house, which I feel like a lot of Airbnbs end up being like that. You can kind of like see yourself living there and you imagine what your life was like if you lived in that city. But when I was in Bath, I went to this beautiful park. You might have seen it on my Instagram stories. It kind of looked like one of the settings from Pride and Prejudice, and it was a National Trust property, and now the sun is out and everyone's excited to like go explore nature a bit more. I think I might get a National Trust membership, which I think is about £6 a month maybe, because I do end up going to lots of like castles and parks and buildings, and maybe it's a sign of me almost being 30 that I just thought, yes, it is the time now. So if you have any recommendations for really good National Trust properties around London or somewhere else, hit me up. What else is there? My blog is in full swing. I keep doing little redesigns because it's so addictive. I don't know if you have a blog yourself, like I love spending time on making it look really nice. I keep seeing other websites that I like and then slightly changing my mind and like changing some things around. But I'm really happy with what it looks like now, and so now I'm just adding more and more posts. A lot of ones from trips that I've been on. Also, I still frequently get messages from people asking me if I have a blog, so I figured I probably haven't mentioned it enough. booksandquills.co.uk. What I love as well is that iPhones are so good now that you can just take pictures on your phone and they're good enough to have them like full screen on a website. It just blows my mind. And the last update is that I have sort of rebranded, rejazzed up, is that a word? Redone my Patreon page. If you're familiar with Patreon, it's like a way to support creators online that you love. It doesn't affect anything else I do really, but if you're interested in supporting me, you can go along, and it is $1 a month up to like any amount you want, but it's sort of the minimum's at $1, and I post a lot of my videos there early. I also have a downloadable that you get when you sign up, which has a recommendation list of some of my favorite books of all time. I'm gonna be sending like audio updates and little surprise downloads throughout the year. It helps me pay for the monthly costs, like hosting costs of blog on Squarespace, Adobe, to edit stuff. I support some of my friends and illustrators that I love on there as well, so if that's something you're interested in, I'll put a link to that in a description. I feel like I should do a little reading update as well. This is what I'm reading at the moment. I am reading, I've almost finished this, A Change Is Gonna Come, which is a stories and poetry collection all by BAME authors, and all the stories are about change. I really loved a poem at the beginning. There are some like contemporary stories, dystopian stories. There's a really nice mix, and I raced through the first half of this on a train journey and I'm loving it so far. I will talk more about it in a video at some point. Just started this, how to break up with your phone. My thumb is hurting quite a lot at the moment and I'm partially blaming it on my stupid phone. This book definitely starts off with the author saying, don't worry, I don't want you to chuck your phone out of the window. So I'm gonna go through this and see how I feel. And then finally I'm reading Educated by Tara Westover, which I've mentioned a couple times before. It's a memoir of a girl who grew up in, I keep forgetting what the state is, Idaho, preparing for the end of days with her family, and then this is a story of her growing up and then also leaving to get an education because she goes on to study at all these amazing universities. Alright, that's all for me. I hope you are having a lovely week. I hope the weather is treating you well. Finally, I would love to hear if you have any projects you're working on this year, or if you have any projects that you're going to be working on a bit further into the future, but something that you've always wanted to do. I love seeing the projects that motivate people or like the dreams they have about stuff they want to do. So, alright, thank you for watching and I'll see you soon. Doei!